One was a saint who preached peace, the other was a sinner who dealt in violence. They should have been enemies. Instead, they were the most dangerous friendship in Harlem. The FBI has thousands of pages on Bumpy Johnson, but the files that scared them the most weren't about drugs or gambling. They were about his friendship with Malcolm X. Today, we uncover the secret pact between the Godfather and the preacher. We'll show you how Bumpy's gangsters protected Malcolm when the Nation of Islam wanted him dead, and the heartbreaking reason why, in the end, even the Godfather couldn't save him. To understand this bond, you have to understand Harlem in the 1960s. It was a war zone. Malcolm X was fighting for souls. Bumpy was fighting for territory. But they had one thing in common. They refused to bow down. They say opposites attract. Bumpy was an intellectual criminal, a chess player who loved poetry. Malcolm was a former street hustler who found God. They understood each other's language. Bumpy provided the muscle that the movement couldn't ask for publicly. The turning point came when Malcolm left the Nation of Islam. He was a marked man. The threats were real. The police wouldn't help. So Malcolm turned to the only power structure left, Bumpy Johnson. For weeks, Bumpy's best men stood guard outside Malcolm's home, armed with shotguns, watching the rooftops. The most feared hitmen in New York were acting as guardian angels for a civil rights leader. It was an alliance that terrified the government. But then came the tragedy. Malcolm, a man of strict principles, eventually told Bumpy he couldn't accept the protection of drug dealers anymore. He felt it compromised his message. Bumpy respected him enough to listen. He pulled his men back. Days later, Malcolm X was assassinated at the Audubon Ballroom. It is said that when Bumpy heard the news, the man who never showed emotion simply went silent. He knew that if his men had been there, history might have been different. It was a friendship that defied logic, the gangster and the activist. Proof that in Harlem, loyalty didn't care about the law. This was the emotional side of Bumpy. Next, we look at the brutal side, the Alcatraz years. Subscribe so you don't miss the true story of how he survived the rock.